everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for Tuesday's tip. My name is Julie Johnson, and these tips are brought to you by Vine Images. Welcome to week number 46. As you can tell this week, I'm not shooting with a traditional lens. What we're actually filming Tuesday's tip with is a 45mm tilt shift lens. This lens is amazing and it creates such a creative look in your images. So today we're going to jump into Photoshop and I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to create this look without having to invest in the lens. As you can see over here, it's completely out of focus. So we're going to be playing with the blurring effects in Photoshop. So here we are in Photoshop, and before we start, I just want to have you look to the right in my layers palette there that we have duplicated the background layer. So we're going to be working on the top copy, and what we're doing right now is taking the rectangular marquee tool and we're going to feather it at 100. We're going to select the one side, and now we're going to press shift and we're going to select the other side with the rectangular marquee tool, and we're going to feather that at 100 pixels. Then we're going to go up to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. This creates a beautiful natural looking blur to your image. It's quite an amazing tool. So we're going to take it up to about 14.4. We're going to hit OK. And then because we're working off the background copy, what we're going to do is we're going to deselect this. And then we're going to take the eraser tool and we're going to erase the edges at about around 25% opacity. And we're going to make our brush really big and soft. And we're just going to go on the edges there, so it looks really, really natural. So there you have it. There's the before and the after. So with the tilt shift lens, the part of the image that can remain in focus can either be a line going vertical or a line going horizontal. So we're going to do this one horizontal. So what we're going to do is we're going to blur the top and the bottom. We're going to select both areas and we're going to feather at 100 and then again do the Gaussian blur. So this time I didn't duplicate the layer. We're just going to take the history brush and erase around the edges instead. Just as long as you have not cropped your image or altered it in any way, you can use your history eraser brush just the same as duplicating the layer. So we're going to make our brush size really big and just soften the edges there just to make it really natural. And there you go. So there's before and after. So with the next image that you see here, we're going to keep the line that is in focus horizontal in the middle. So again, we're going to press shift, select both sides with our rectangle marquee. We're going to feather it at 100, go up to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And we're going to bump it up this time a little bit. So let's go to 25.1. There we go. And we're going to deselect it here. And then we'll take our history eraser and just soften the edge just ever so slightly. There you have it. Beautiful. Doing this also has your viewer's eye go directly to the subject. It's beautiful. Now this image, what we're going to do is we're actually going to blur a subject. And as you can see here, we want to create that effect with both sides. So we're going to feather, go up to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And remember, this takes your images from just ordinary to extraordinary. So here you have it. I'm not really big on her arm being out of focus a little bit, so we are going to take our history brush and we're just going to make it a smoother transition there. So there you have it. Here's the before and the after. On behalf of Vine Images, I just want to thank you so much for joining us for Tuesday's tip. We hope you enjoyed this one and that you learned something new today. If you have any Tuesday's tip requests, you can email them to vineimages@hotmail.com and just put in your subject that it's a Tuesday's tip request. If you haven't joined us on Facebook yet, please join the fun over there. We look forward to having you, and we will talk to you soon, guys. Have a great week. Bye-bye.